Hello there, welcome back to another video. Today, we're doing another Sailvr bug list, but I didn't feel like editing it at all, so we're just going to do it like this. So, this is a new tier list. We're not using Google Slides anymore, and so it's much better. And so we're just going to go ahead and do this one by one, and as we go along, I'm going to explain each bug. So starting off, we have barrels/boxes not spawning. I think this needs to be fixed like pretty soon, and basically it's whenever you go into the open world and it just like doesn't spawn any barrels or boxes for a good amount of time, which I think definitely needs to be fixed, because if you're trying to do a quest or daily challenge, it can be very annoying when they just don't spawn for you. And second one, another one fixed now, is the cannon breaking, which if that happens, basically what will happen is you're reloading your cannon, and if someone loads it while the animation's happening or something like that, I think basically what will happen is that the cannon just breaks and it won't work anymore, and you have to get a new ship to fix it, and it's pretty bad when that happens. And the same thing can happen to the harpoon. Now it's not reloading it when the animation's happening, but it's something else, kind of like when you maybe if you harpoon onto a ship and the ship blows up that you harpooned onto. Sometimes it'll break like that, but it's basically just you can't cut the rope or it won't fire, stuff like that with harpoon breaking. Pretty bad. Moving on, we have double swords being OP. These could either go and fix soon or take your time fixing, simply because they're pretty easy to combat. If you know what you're doing, just grab a gun, walk away, and shoot them. But if you don't know what you're doing, if someone has double swords, they can kill you pretty quickly, and I do think those need to be nerfed a little bit. And next, we have the face going in front of you when swimming. Again, I think needs to go in the fix soon tier, simply because, I mean, it's not the worst thing that could happen, but it is kind of annoying when you are swimming and it goes in front of your face. Actually, when I think about it, I'm going to do take your time fixing, because again, it's just kind of annoying. It's not the worst. It just goes in front of your face when you're swimming. Like in the deep ocean, we have to use your arms. So it's not the worst thing, but it's still not good. But take your time fixing it. Next, fire can't be put out. This is actually a new bug in the update where they fixed the god-awful inventory system. And so... Hello, Future Me here. While I was editing this, I realized that Sailvr came out with a new update where they fixed some of the bugs in the bug list, including this one, so I'm just gonna ask you to ignore this one and I'll edit it out in the end of the video. And the next one is fishing line coming back to you. This one's harmless. Basically what happens is you throw it out, then it's just like it's on ice, and it just like, say you throw it out in front of you, it will just come back towards you. It won't like reel in your rod, it will just like come back towards you. It's pretty harmless, you can still fish when that happens, it's just like kind of weird. Yeah, next on the list is grabbing items from your inventory that aren't near your hand. Now I'm gonna say this one's maybe fixed. I don't know if it is, I haven't seen it happen yet in the new update that just came out today, but it might still be in the game. It wasn't in the patch notes, but I'm gonna assume that it's probably fixed since they redid the inventory system, so we'll just put it there. Moving on, we have items held on the ship are behind you. Now these two right here are pretty much the same, and I would say take your time fixing both of these, where basically when you're on a moving ship, items will, if you're holding an item, basically, it'll like be far behind your hand, depending on how fast you're moving. And with second one, whenever you drop an item, it will just fly behind you. It won't move with the ship, which is, I mean, I'm not saying the game should have ultra realistic physics, but in real life, you drop something in a car, it's not going to go flying backwards, it's just going to fall on the floor. And so I do think that if you drop a potion for your friend, you shouldn't have to stop your ship to do it, you should just be able to drop it on a moving ship, though that's not the case right now. And then, next one, people can disconnect to avoid PvP. That one definitely goes in fix now. And basically what will happen is, if you're fighting someone, they can hold down the power button, and that will allow them to disconnect from the server for a little bit, and when they reconnect, either they'll be in a different server, or the people that were trying to kill them will be gone by then, they'll have left. So people can just avoid any PvP situation by doing that. And I really don't know how in the world you would fix that, but it does need to be fixed. It has happened to me a few times, where I'll be fighting someone, they'll just do that, and they'll get away with it. They'll just disconnect, and I can't really do anything about it. It's pretty annoying, and I do think that needs to be fixed. People like me that just love to go kill people since I have nothing better to do. And then moving on, harmless bug. Well, It could be either harmless bug. I'm put it at the top of the harmless bug list, but it's basically when dead players' names are on the player list or just player list glitches. Yeah, we're putting that. It's not harmless, but it's basically when the bug, like the player list, just doesn't update properly or something. You know, someone joins the server, when someone dies and leaves the server, it just won't update and will stay the same, which is pretty annoying. Can't hear players sometimes. I'd fix that pretty soon. It's not something incredibly game breaking. It's just something that, you know, just fix that pretty soon. It's not the worst. Skeleton spawning in rocks. Take your time fixing. So again, it's not the worst. You can just kind of run away from them. If they're shooting you, it's fine. You just run away.
Hello there, it's me again from the future. There are a few bugs that I forgot to put in the video, so I'm just going to do them now. And starting off, we have items on the square row of your chest staying on you when you die. And basically what happens here is when you die, the items on like the square row of your chest just stay with you, and you don't lose any of them, which I think shouldn't be in the game. If that is a feature and not a bug, I think that shouldn't be a thing, but I'm sure it's a bug. And next, we have the cursed skull not showing up on the map. This bug's been around since the last update, and basically whenever you go into the open world and you have a cursed skull, it just won't show up for other people. They can't see it on the map like they used to, which is pretty bad. I mean, unless you don't want people to fight you, but me having the cursed skull, I want people to come after me and fight me because I'm a megalomaniac. Next is the dead player chest not spawn. That was worded like a kindergartner, wow. But basically what happens here is when you kill someone, their chest sometimes just doesn't spawn. On the topic of that, sometimes when you give another player a dead chest, its value will just go to 0. So say I have a chest worth 10k, and I give it to someone, it will then be worth 0, once they put it in their chest, which is like horrible, and definitely needs to be fixed. Yeah. And then there is daily challenge can reset after a trip out of port, which they said was fixed, I think a while ago. But as you can see here, I had gotten the fish, went out of port, came back in, and it was just undone. So it's still kind of broken. And this last one, I'm not very sure about, which is cannons and guns shooting a bit off center. I'm not 100% sure this is actually happening, but in my eyes, whenever I shoot something, it goes a bit to the left or to the right. You can look at the clip. I think it's going a bit off, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna put it in maybe fixed, because I'm not sure if it's actually off, but comment down below if you think it is, because I might be going crazy.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Please fix. How do I get out of OBS? Oh lord, this one.